Yes, this is Bass Breakfast with myself, Ian Beatmaster Wright, and Volk's in the building. And as promised, we have New Zealand's first lady of drum and bass. Tali's in the house. How you doing?
Morena, good, thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
That's okay.
And we're here to chat about your new track, I On You. Mm-hmm. And it's also our local Eyes video of the week. So if anyone wants to check out the video, head to bassfm.co.nz or head to our Facebook page. As I think we were chatting off air, your new project's very cinematic.
Yeah.
And even the video for me is like a scene from a movie.
Wicked. It's
like do you want to explain the concept? It's a
What do you get from it?
Well, I don't want to say a house of ill repute, but it's a gentleman's club, maybe a late night venue.
Yeah.
And obviously there's I would say people watching a young lady perform dancing. I don't know. It's a breakfast. I don't want to get into too graphic. Tell us what were you trying to get across? What was the concept behind the video?
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but like every female that's in the video is played by the same actor.
Oh right, okay.
So what's really interesting is that a lot of men who watch the video don't seem to actually see that or notice that at first watch. That
I was looking at all the men. You see.
Yeah, the men generally tend to watch the men.
Oh, do they?
And this is actually true. And then the women who watch the music video are all like, oh, yes, she's the same character all the way through. Yeah. So if you go back and look at it, you'll see that Aya, the main character, is played by one of my best friends, Aya Hurst. She is the main character. She's each woman in every scene. So she plays 8 different characters. So the idea is that these men are in this sort of late night club, and initially you might think that all these women are sort of there for the titillation of the men. But as things sort of progress, you can see that there's all these dark undertones and undercurrents that start to happen, and things like, the clones is what I call them.
Okay.
All start to they're making eye contact with each other, and there's this just sort of quite aggressive undertone. So it's sort of like what really is this place? Is it actually a place of titillation for the men, or is it actually the men are there for the titillation of the clones, the women that all look the same? Someone else had an idea that they thought it was some sort of purgatory for these men where they're waiting to go to wherever they're going to be going. Yeah. And they're obviously not very savoury characters. They're quite dodgy looking, and they all seem to have this undercurrent of tension, and things aren't quite right, and they're really unsettled. If you look at each of them are really unsettled. So, it's this idea of, are they actually in a club? Are they somewhere in the future? Maybe they're in a place of waiting. Okay.
I'm going to re-watch this video. And get something completely different from it. It's quite dreamy.
Yeah.
So it could be purgatory. It could be another dimension.
Yeah, another dimension, or even like initially when I first did it, I wanted it to be a club that's set in the future.
Oh, okay, yeah,
like a Blade Runner-esque type vibe.
I was going to say that because now you say that, I can see that because of when I think the very first shot is
the lighting.
Yeah, the neon light, the X or the neon as the lady walks into the club.
And the lady who walks into the club, as she's walking in, if you look at her again, she has the long dark hair. And then the woman who's standing at the door who bows to her when she walks in is the same girl again.
Okay.
And so we had a few body doubles.
Yeah, because it's interesting. That's cool. That is so cool. I'm going to definitely watch that video again, and I suggest everyone check it out. It's up online now. It is our local video of the week. Tali, I On You is the track.